let's take a look at the big arterial route of Wellington City, the waterfront. And I guess this one's a little weirder than the other ones we've seen today, as it's not really a cycle lane at all, but rather this large open space that cyclists and pedestrians both enjoy, particularly used to get across Wellington from one side to another without going through countless inner city junctions. It's actually quite a lovely route on a nice day, maybe not so much on a bad one, but regardless of conditions, it's an extremely useful route. The problem it has is not any fault of the route itself, but rather that there are so many cyclists now in Wellington that this space, which essentially is a casual recreational space, becomes a traffic thoroughfare, and at rush hour this has become particularly problematic with just a sheer volume of bikes. The space isn't set up for this. It's a very heavily pedestrian zone. It's got young kids, it's got pinch points and other events taking up space throughout the year, not to mention the Sunday market. And the council tries to fix this by putting a nice little shed sign up and saying, hey, it's 10k an hour. Sounds kind of reasonable, but is it? I mean, how fast is 10k an hour?
Technically, right now, I'm doing more than 10k an hour.
That's right. Every jogger who's been running along Wellington waterfront, bad news, you've been violating the sanctity of the 10k an hour speed restriction. Along with, every flamingo scooter battery changer I've ever seen, the council's own service golf carts, and let's be honest, almost all of us cyclists. And to be clear, I'm not condoning reckless riding at all. You should always ride in conditions, you should be respectful level of pedestrian traffic, be polite, be respectful, basically don't be a twat. But what the signage shows me is that the council either has no idea how fast a bike actually moves, which is kind of scary, or they know the space isn't actually safe for the speed and the level of bike traffic it's getting, but for various reasons including cost and politics, they've failed to date to build a better cycleway across town. And so we end up with this open area where everyone just turns a little bit of a blind eye and pretends that it's not a problem. And for the most part, I guess that it isn't. Minus a few bad actors, the system works. People filter in and out, the bikes keep flowing, and the public spends all its time arguing about whether we should be fencing the waterfront for $30 million or not. The Sunday market is always going to be a headache, especially since the other option, the road, also becomes a safety nightmare on Sundays with parallel parking everywhere. There's no good fix for this. So how do we rate this as a cycleway? Well, it's not fast. The safety worries me a little bit as bicycle traffic increases ever more, but it's super useful and it's certainly delivering on return on investment. So where does it sit? Well, I'm going to give it a 32 out of 40. It's a critical part of Wellington. I'd love to see something better, but until then, it's the best we got.